Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. When a man misses you secretly, you might not see it, but that man's whole world starts to shift. You see, men got this funny way of pretending they're okay. They'll stand tall, act tough, go out with their boys, laugh a little louder, but deep down, a storm brewing. He might be smiling on the outside, but inside, he's missing a piece of peace, and that piece is you. When a man misses you, but doesn't say a word, silence is louder than any confession he could ever make. See, a man's silence ain't always about peace. Sometimes it's about pain. It's about holding back emotions that are too heavy for his pride to carry. He's not texting, not calling, not showing up like he used to, but deep down, he's thinking about you more than you can imagine. Every quiet moment, every time he lays his head on that pillow, his mind goes right back to you. He remembers the way you smiled, the way you laughed, the way you made him feel seen when the world ignored him. But his ego, that means size, pride, it won't let him admit it. He tells himself he's fine, but that silence is eating him alive. You see, when a man truly misses a woman, he doesn't always run his mouth about it. No, he goes into that zone, that stubborn thinking too, much zone. Throw himself into work, hang out with friends, distract himself with noise. That quiet always catches up to him. When he's alone, that's when the truth hits. Scrolling through old pictures, reading old messages, hearing your voice in his head like an echo that just won't fade. That silence becomes a conversation he can't stop having with himself. He starts questioning things. Why did I let her go? Why didn't I say what I felt when I had the chance? That's what silence does. It turns into a mirror that forces him to face what he's missing. Here's the thing, men are taught to hide their emotions, to act like missing someone makes them weak. Instead of talking, he retreats. Instead of admitting he cares, he goes quiet, quiet. That's where his truth lies. That's where the memories play on repeat. He might be sitting in his car after a long day, and a song comes on that reminds him of you. He won't say a word, but that look in his eyes tells the story. That silence is full of emotion, regret, reflection. He's not just missing you, he's missing the version of himself that existed when you were around. See, a man's silence can fool you into thinking he's moved on. You might think he's forgotten. He's too strong to feel the loss. But let me tell you, silence is a mask, not a message. Behind it, there's a plane, every moment, a mind stuck in memories he can't shake off. Might not speak it, but he feels it, every bit of it. Because when a man misses you secretly, silence becomes his livest confession. It's him saying, without words, I still care. I still remember. I still wish you were here. When a man starts missing you, he may not come out and say it, but he'll start showing up in little ways that tell you everything you need to know. See, men got this funny way of pretending they've moved on when deep down they're just trying to figure out how to get close without looking desperate. He might not text you, "I miss you," but suddenly he's liking that old picture from 6 months ago, the one you posted when you were at your happiest. He's not doing that by accident. No. Because he wants you to see that he's still paying attention, still keeping up with your world, curious about your life, even though he's pretending to be cool about it. That man's heart is tugging him back towards you, but his pride keeps him playing games with himself. He'll start popping up where you least expect it. Maybe you walk into that cafe you both used to go to. There he is, acting surprised like it's a coincidence. Come on now, ain't no coincidence. That man knew exactly what he was doing. He probably drove around twice, debating whether to stop by, and when he finally did, he told himself it was just for coffee. But it wasn't the caffeine he was craving, it was your presence. He misses the sound of your voice, the way your energy filled up the room, the way you used to make even silence feel comfortable. And because he can't come out and say that, creating moments where he can just catch a glimpse of you again. He starts talking to mutual friends a little more. Casually drop your name into conversations, trying to sound uninterested, but his questions give him away. She doing okay? She's seeing somebody. That's not small talk. That's a man fishing for information without wanting to look like he's still hooked. You might think he's moved on, but trust me, that man's curiosity ain't random. He's trying to make sure you're still somewhere within reach, that you haven't completely forgotten him. And then there's that moment when he starts doing small acts of care from a distance. Maybe he sends a message that says, "Just checking in," or he reposts something that reminds you of him. He might even compliment you in a way that sounds innocent, but it's really his heart trying to reconnect. Every little move is a breadcrumb trail leading back to the truth. He misses you. He still cares. He's trying to find the courage to say it without actually saying it. Men don't always speak through words. They speak through behavior. When he starts showing up in small, unexpected ways, that's his heart whispering what his mouth won't admit. He's not just showing up in places. He's showing up in effort. You'll notice that his love never really left. When a man misses you, memories become his biggest weakness, because no matter how strong he tries to be, escape the past that had you in it. He might wake up and go about his day like everything's fine, But all it takes is one small thing, a song, a scent, a random place, and suddenly he's right back in that moment with you. He's sitting there pretending he's moved on. But in his mind, he's replaying that time you laughed so hard you couldn't breathe. You held his hand. When life was falling apart, he felt seen in a way no one else ever made him feel. Those memories start haunting him because he wants to be sad, but because you were his peace in a world that never stopped demanding more of him. He might go out with his friends, crack jokes, try to act like the same old guy, but deep down, feels off. Every place reminds him of something you once did together. That little diner you both loved, drive past it without feeling that lump in his throat. The songs you used to sing in the car, them off now, pretending he doesn't care. But the truth is, he can't handle how real it feels. Memories don't fade. They grow louder in the silence. He can't fight them off because they aren't just memories, they're pieces of him that still belong to you. Let me tell you something. When a man starts remembering the small things, that's when you know he's missing you for real. He remembers the way you used to text him, "Good morning," the way you'd fix his collar, the way you'd make him feel like he was more than enough, even when he doubted himself. It ain't always obvious. Those little gestures become heavy in his heart because he realizes nobody else does like you did. Seeing other people, but the conversations don't hit the same. The laughs feel empty. The smiles feel forced because his heart is still chasing a feeling that only existed with you. Late at night, that's when it gets him the hardest. He's lying there staring at the ceiling about how he used to have you next to him, how he used to hear your voice before he went to sleep. It's just silence, and that silence turns into memory after memory, all leading back to you. That's when he realizes it wasn't just love. It was comfort, connection, and something real. You were his safe place, and every memory reminds him of what he lost. He doesn't talk about it. He doesn't show it, but those memories are killing him softly. Because when a man misses you secretly, just missing the moments, he's missing the meaning behind them, the love that made him feel whole. When a man misses you but tries to hide it, his confidence starts to crack in ways he can't even explain. On the outside, he's still walking tall, still's got it all figured out, but inside, he's falling apart piece by piece. That man who once felt untouchable suddenly starts doubting himself. He looks in the mirror and doesn't obvious. He looks at the same glow he used to have when you were around. It's not that he stopped believing in himself. It's that you used to bring out a version of him that he can't seem to find anymore. It'll like he's fine, but his actions tell a whole different story. The same man who once ignored his phone is now checking it every few minutes, hoping to see your name pop up. He's scrolling through old messages, reading them like they're brand new. Hold on to the feeling of being wanted, being understood, being loved the way only you could. You see, a man's ego can only protect him for so long before his heart starts exposing the truth. His boys, he's over you, might post pictures like he's living his best life, but when that always clobs and he's alone, that confidence slips away. He starts questioning if he made the right choice, wondering if his pride cost him something real. That's the kind of pain that doesn't show on his face, but it's written all over his spirit. He starts missing how you used to believe in him, how you made him feel like he could conquer anything. Without that, his victories feel empty. He might start changing things about himself, that void. Maybe he hits the gym harder. Maybe he starts dressing better. Maybe he even picks up a new hobby just to keep his mind off you. But deep down, doing it for himself, he's doing because he wants to feel seen again. The way he felt when you were cheering him on, you gave him a kind of confidence that came from love, not ego. And when that's gone, it leaves a crack that no amount of pretending can hide. What really breaks him is the moment he realizes he's not the same man without you. He could handle the silence, the distance, the space between you. That space feels heavier than he imagined. Man who once acted like he didn't care is now replaying your voice in his head, find comfort in a memory. He'll never admit it out loud. But every time he thinks of you, of him softens. That's the power you had, not to break his confidence, to be the reason he found it in the first place. And now that you're gone, he's realizing the truth. He wasn't strong because of his pride. He was strong because of your presence. When a man finally realizes what he lost, it ain't always obvious. That's when missing being just a feeling and turns into a lesson. At first, he thought he could handle it. He thought walking away, staying quiet, pretending not to care would make him stronger. But then one day, it ain't all emptiness he's been feeling isn't just loneliness. It's the absence of you. See, can go through life thinking love is replaceable, thinking he can find that same connection somewhere else. But when it's real, when it's deep, when it's something that fed his soul, losing it changes him. Realizing that your presence was the peace he didn't even know he needed. That your love wasn't just affection. It was balance, it was comfort, it was home. He starts seeing things differently. The way you used to look at him, gentle tone in your voice when you encouraged him, the way you believed in him when nobody else did, that memory starts replaying over and over. And suddenly, every woman he meets reminds him of what he had with you. Not because they're like you, because they aren't. He compares the way they talk, the way they care, the way they laugh. No matter how hard he tries, it never feels the same. That's when realization sets in. You were one of one. You were the kind of woman who didn't just touch his heart. You left fingerprints on his soul. It's funny how men always seem to understand the value of a good woman after she's gone. He thought time would help him forget, but time only made the memories stronger. Ain't always obvious. He thought he could distract himself, but every distraction ended up leading him right back to thoughts of you. And that's the hardest part, realizing the very thing he took for granted was the thing that gave his life meaning. He starts asking himself questions that don't have answers. What if I had just listened more? What if I had chosen love over pride? What if I hadn't walked away? Those questions keep him up at night because now he understands the wasn't just a relationship. It was his chance at something rare. When a man misses you secretly, that realization cuts deep. It humbles him. It changes the way he talks, the way he loves, the way he sees people. He becomes quieter, softer, more thoughtful. Now he knows what love really looks like and what it costs to lose it. He learns that not every woman will love him the way you did. Not every heart will be that patient, that forgiving, loyal. And that's the truth he carries with him. Not out of regret, but out of understanding. Once a man learns what he lost, he also learns what he should have fought to keep.